Okay, so here's the feedback on your course. First of all, I like your graphics. They look good. Um, I don't recommend putting a video on the front page just because it slows down the download. If you want to make a video in your course, which I recommend that you do, the best way to do it is to create a page and put the video on that page. That way it doesn't slow down the download for students who are on a slow dial up and they can't. Every time they look at your course, they would have to reload the page, so that slows everything down. So a couple of things, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I think I mentioned it in my video, but when you're setting up your course, you probably want to add the activities block just because it helps you and it helps the student locate elements in your course. And you always usually want to add the people block because that lets you access your participants. I usually delete this search forms block. It's not really useful for anything. And then you can move the other blocks over. I'm just going to get rid of a couple of these blocks because they're just taking up space. So you want to have all your blocks on one side like this. And make sure you have the activities block and the people block. You're going to need those in a real course. So one thing is, when I look at this top section here, I don't know who you are, so you want to put some information right here about, your name and your contact info just to help students. And then the other thing is, when you're putting in text in these blocks, it's a good idea to make the text a little bit bigger. Just makes it easier to read for students. And it looks like, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe you copied and pasted this, but you want to make sure that you use real bullets. Sometimes you have to redo your bullets if you copy and paste something from Word. If you don't have bullets, it makes the text harder to read. So remember, readability is a goal when you're putting stuff on the web. So once again, the text is kind of small. I'm just trying to find your book. Let's see. Okay, so here's a book. So you've got several pages, right? If you want to, you can get rid of this number. If you go into the settings for the book, you can just put none. It really don't really need numbering when it comes to books. Let's see, it looks better without a number on it. So this looks good. If you are copying and pasting text from someplace else, don't forget that you have to attribute. So I don't know if you are, or if this is something you've just written yourself. If it isn't, then you want to make sure you're not modeling plagiarism to students. So you want to make sure that you attribute. And in books, it's really good to have at least a 14-point font. It's kind of hard to read tiny fonts on the screen. And then let's see. So then I'm looking for. So you've got your glossary in here, and you don't have any entries in your glossary. Oh, well, it'd be good if you put a few entries in, just so you can see how it works. And then let's take a look at the forums. I'm looking for a forum. Okay, so here's one. So this is good. I like this. You've got some links in here, and that's good. So this looks good. Once again, I would make the font bigger. Just think about readability. It's not a good idea to make different colors of font. It's a good idea to just have a black font that's a nice size, easy to read, nice and clean. That's all you need. So I'm not sure where this is. I tried to find the Screencast-O-Matic and in the extra credit area, so I'm not sure where that is. But I'll take a look in extra credit. Okay, so this is coming along nicely. It looks way better, and I think you did a lot of work. So good job.